If you're wondering which mice for World of Warcraft are worth your money, stick around. After we run through each product, I'll give you my personal take. Would I buy it or would I skip it? No fluff, just my honest opinion. Let's get into it. Razer Viper V3 Pro. The mouse comes with an insane 8,000 hertz polling rate out of the box, making your character movements in World of Warcraft smoother than a gnome's freshly waxed head. The side buttons feel like mushy peas though, which is not great for all those raid macros you need to spam. The build quality and coating are fantastic, and at 54 grams, it's lighter than your raid leader's contribution to the guild bank. Would I buy it? Yes. The high polling rate and lightweight design make it perfect for quick spell rotations and arena matches. Lamzu Thorn Wireless. This ergonomic beast feels amazing for palm grip, which is perfect for those long, grinding sessions in World of Warcraft, and the optical switches are crispy as hell. The battery life is decent at 70 hours on 1000 Hz polling rate, but drops to 22 hours on 4000 Hz. Still enough to finish that raid night though. The coating is so grippy you could probably hang it on a wall and it won't slip even during the sweatiest Mythic Plus runs. Would I buy it? Maybe. Great mouse, but the battery life might not survive those weekend-long farming sessions. Logitech G305 Superlight 2. This mouse is basically the previous version, but with some fancy new optical switches that require more force to click. Your fingers might get buffer than your warrior. The sensor is amazing and it can do up to 8,000 Hz polling rate, but the side buttons feel a bit mushy, which isn't ideal for your arena binds. At 60 grams, it's still super light, though not as light as your healer's damage contribution. Would I buy it? Yes. Despite the stiff clicks, the reliability and performance make it worth it for serious World of Warcraft players. Zaopin Z2. This budget beast comes with 4000 Hz polling rate out of the box and hot swappable switches, all for 60 bucks. Cheaper than a server transfer. The ergonomic shape is actually really comfortable for long World of Warcraft sessions, though at 66 grams, it's a bit heavier than the competition. The scroll wheel feels tight as hell out of the box, which might make switching between action bars a bit annoying until it breaks in. Would I buy it? Yes. It's basically a premium mouse at budget price, perfect for World of Warcraft players who spent all their gold on repair bills. Logitech G305 X Lightspeed. Look at this beast with its 9 programmable buttons and a scroll wheel that can switch between precise and free scrolling modes. Perfect for managing those World of Warcraft spells and inventory management. The new hybrid optical mechanical switches feel more solid and responsive than the previous generation, and with 140 hours of battery life, you won't need to panic charge during raid nights. The only downside is that it's a bit on the chunky side at 89 grams, but at least they removed those stupid removable weights from the previous version. Would I buy it? Yes, because it's basically the Swiss Army knife of gaming mice with enough buttons to handle your entire rotation. BenQ ZOWIE U2 CW. This mouse is like that one friend who shows up to parties wearing all black, no flashy RGB, no fancy software, just pure performance with a comfortable ergonomic design that's perfect for long World of Warcraft sessions. The enhanced receiver doubles as a charging dock, which is pretty neat, and the build quality is solid as a rock, but damn, the price tag might make your wallet cry. The DPI and polling rate buttons are on the bottom of the mouse, which is kind of annoying when you need to make quick adjustments during gameplay. Would I buy it? Maybe, if you've got money to burn and hate RGB like it killed your family. BenQ ZOWIE U2. This new 60-gram lightweight contender feels amazing for extended gaming sessions, and the charging dock is actually useful instead of being a gimmick. The clicks are easier and quieter than previous ZOWIE mice, which is great for not waking up your roommates during late-night raids, but the coating is basically a fingerprint magnet that'll show every greasy snack break you take. It only has 6 DPI presets, which might annoy some people, but let's be real, you're probably only going to use one setting anyway. Would I buy it? Yes, because it's light, comfortable, and doesn't try to be a Christmas tree with unnecessary features. Attack Shark X6. This budget-friendly mouse actually packs some serious specs with its PAW 3395 sensor and 3 connectivity modes, plus it comes with extra grip tapes and skates, which is pretty generous. The main buttons feel crispy with 80 million click durability, but the side buttons are mushier than week-old bread. The software is decent, but missing some features, and there have been some quality control issues with random disconnects. But hey, at least it's cheap. Would I buy it? No, because random disconnects during raid boss fights is not how I want to explain wiping to my guild. Razer DeathAdder V2. X, the dual wireless connectivity with both Bluetooth and 2.4 GHz dongle makes this mouse perfect for switching between World of Warcraft and your work computer, and the battery life is pretty damn impressive at 235 hours on wireless and over 600 hours on Bluetooth. The super comfortable ergonomic design and low latency clicks are great for those long raiding sessions, though the lack of rubber grips means your hand might slip during intense Mythic Plus dungeons. Would I buy it? Yes, the price point of $60 and the comfortable design make it a solid choice for World of Warcraft players. Cherry XTRFY M68 Wireless. This mouse is ridiculously light at 53 grams and has a symmetrical design that works with any grip style, making it perfect for both player versus player and player versus environment content. The battery life is decent at 90 hours, but the side-mounted charging port is about as convenient as getting hit by a random player versus player rogue in Stranglethorn Vale. Would I buy it? Maybe. The lightweight design is nice, but that charging port placement is straight up annoying for long gaming sessions. Cherry XTRFY M8 Wireless. This bad boy weighs only 55 grams and has an ultra-low front design that lets your fingers sit almost on the mousepad, which is great for spamming those World of Warcraft macros. The battery life is solid at 75 hours per charge, but like its M68 cousin, it's got that weird side charging port that'll make you question your life choices during raid nights. Would I buy it? No. While it's a solid mouse, the awkward charging setup is a deal breaker for marathon World of Warcraft sessions. Pulsar Xlite V3. This mouse is a right-handed ergonomic dream with outstanding click latency and sensor performance that'll make your character movement smooth as butter. The battery life is impressive at 100 hours, and the solid shell design without holes means no cheese grater feeling during those long arena sessions, though some users report mushy side buttons, which could be annoying for your keybinds. Would I buy it? Yes. The combination of comfort, performance, and battery life makes it perfect for World of Warcraft players who take their gaming seriously. Lamzu Maya 4K. The 45-gram lightweight champion that feels like you're moving air across your mousepad with a sensor that tracks perfectly even when you're panic clicking your cooldowns in a raid. The clicks are super crisp with those fancy Huano switches, and the scroll wheel is actually good this time. No more accidentally switching to the wrong weapon in the middle of a boss fight. The only real downside is that the coating feels a bit slippery when your hands get sweaty during those intense Mythic Plus runs. Would I buy it? Yes, it's basically perfect for $95 if you can get over the slightly weird coating. Razer Viper V2 Pro. This 58-gram wireless beast has some of the crispiest clicks I've ever felt thanks to those Gen 3 optical switches, and the battery life is solid at 80 hours, enough for a full week of grinding. They removed the right side buttons and rubber grips to make it lighter, which honestly sucks for MMO players who need all the buttons they can get. The side buttons are also weirdly sensitive. I've accidentally hit them more times than I'd like to admit during important pulls. Would I buy it? Maybe. Great mouse, but probably overkill for World of Warcraft unless you're made of money. Razer DeathAdder V3 Hyperspeed. This thing is surprisingly light at 55 grams and has an amazing ergonomic shape that feels natural during those long raid nights. The battery life is impressive at 100 hours, and the new dynamic sensitivity feature is actually useful for switching between precise menu navigation and quick camera movements. The only real downside is that there's no Bluetooth, and the controls are a bit too simplified. One button for everything is kind of annoying. Would I buy it? Yes, it's cheaper than the V2 Pro, but performs just as well for MMO gaming. Logitech G305. This little egg-shaped mouse is surprisingly solid for its budget price with a 12,000 DPI sensor that's more than enough for any World of Warcraft player. The battery life is decent, but you'll need to keep spare AA batteries around since it's not rechargeable, which is kind of a pain during long gaming sessions. The clicks are satisfyingly light, but the shape might be too small if you've got bigger hands. Nobody wants hand cramps during a raid. Would I buy it? Maybe. It's a great budget option, but the non-rechargeable battery is annoying as hell. Razer Basilisk V3 Pro. Let me tell you about this chunky boy with its 11 programmable buttons and next-gen wireless charging, perfect for mapping your World of Warcraft spells. Although you'll need deep pockets since the wireless charging costs extra. The ergonomics are great for both palm and claw grips, and the performance is smooth as butter with that fancy 30,000 dots per inch sensor, but damn, this thing weighs like a brick compared to other gaming mice. Would I buy it? Maybe if you've got money to burn and don't mind the weight, it's actually pretty damn good for World of Warcraft. Cooler Master MM311. This budget-friendly mouse is like the Honda Civic of gaming mice. It ain't fancy, but it gets the job done with its 10,000 dots per inch sensor and 115 hours of battery life on a single AA battery. The mechanical switches feel nice and clicky, and while it only has 5 programmable buttons, which might be limiting for World of Warcraft, the price tag makes up for it. Although you'll need a mouse pad because this thing refuses to work on some surfaces. Would I buy it? No. The limited number of buttons makes it less than ideal for World of Warcraft, despite the attractive price point. Razer Naga Pro Wireless. Now this is what I call a World of Warcraft powerhouse, with its 3 swappable side panels giving you up to 19 programmable buttons. You can basically map your entire spellbook to this bad boy. The battery life is insane at 150 hours on Bluetooth. And while it's bulky as hell and might be uncomfortable for smaller hands, it's basically the Swiss Army knife of gaming mice. Would I buy it? Yes. This is literally built for World of Warcraft. And those interchangeable side panels make it worth every penny if you're serious about your rating. Thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the mice for World of Warcraft for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description.